Before the Grateful Dead became a legend, Bob Weir and Jerry Garcia were just two restless musicians chasing a sound that would change rock forever. This is the untold story behind the band that defined a generation. Bob Weir, the legendary guitarist and co-founder of the Grateful Dead, was born in San Francisco in 1947, a city that would later become a crucible for musical innovation and countercultural revolution. From an early age, Bob displayed a deep fascination with music, picking up a guitar and immersing himself in the sounds of rock, blues, and folk that were shaping the American musical landscape. His journey toward the formation of one of the most iconic bands in history began long before the name The Grateful Dead became synonymous with psychedelic exploration, jam sessions, and a devoted fan base known as Deadheads. Bob's early musical experiences were diverse. He experimented with various genres, absorbing the intricacies of rhythm, chord progressions, and improvisation. It was this foundation that later allowed him to merge seamlessly with the unique vision of Jerry Garcia, a meeting that would change the course of rock music forever. In the early 1960s, the San Francisco music scene was vibrant, chaotic, and brimming with possibilities. Bob Weir, then a young and ambitious musician, frequented local clubs, jam sessions, and coffee houses where folk and blues flourished. He was drawn to the communal aspect of music, where collaboration and experimentation often led to unexpected magic. Around this time, Bob met Jerry Garcia, a guitarist and visionary with an uncanny ability to blend technical skill with raw emotional expression. Jerry's style was unique, fluid, and exploratory, perfectly complementing Bob's rhythmic sensibilities and harmonic intuition. Their initial interactions were filled with mutual respect, curiosity, and an unspoken understanding that together they could create something unprecedented. The chemistry between Bob and Jerry was not immediate, but grew naturally, nurtured by countless hours of playing together, exchanging ideas, and pushing each other beyond their comfort zones. The story of the Grateful Dead cannot be told without acknowledging the broader cultural currents of the 1960s. The San Francisco Bay Area was a hotbed for artistic experimentation, political activism, and countercultural movements. Music was a central element in this cultural revolution, serving as both a form of expression and a unifying force for a generation seeking change. Bob Weir and Jerry Garcia were not merely musicians, they were cultural participants, deeply influenced by the social and political landscape around them. Psychedelic experiences, Eastern philosophies, and a desire to break free from conventional norms informed their creative process, encouraging improvisation, experimentation, and a relentless pursuit of musical innovation. This environment provided fertile ground for the formation of the Grateful Dead, a band that would come to embody the spirit of an era. Before the official formation of the Grateful Dead, Bob Weir was involved in several musical projects, honing his craft and learning the dynamics of collaboration. His style was heavily influenced by the folk and blues traditions, yet he was unafraid to explore new territories, incorporating elements of jazz, rock, and even early psychedelic sounds into his playing. Jerry, similarly, was experimenting with various musical forms, and together they began to realize the potential of a band that could transcend traditional boundaries. The early rehearsals were intense and exploratory. They would spend hours playing, stopping, and dissecting each note, each rhythm, and each chord progression. This process was not merely technical, but deeply personal, as both musicians sought to express their individual voices while creating a cohesive collective sound. The naming of the band as the Grateful Dead itself was emblematic of the mystical and unconventional ethos that Bob Weir and Jerry Garcia embraced. The name was inspired by a phrase in folklore representing the theme of life, death, and rebirth, a reflection of the deeper spiritual currents that influenced their music. This choice signaled to audiences that the band was not just another rock group, but a conduit for exploration, both musical and philosophical. Bob's contributions to the band's identity were crucial. His rhythm guitar work provided a foundation for Garcia's lead explorations, and his understanding of harmony allowed the band to experiment with complex arrangements without losing cohesion. Bob's voice, often understated yet emotionally resonant, added depth to the band's evolving sound, creating a balance between the ethereal and the grounded. The early performances of the Grateful Dead were electric, raw, and experimental. Bob Weir, alongside Jerry Garcia, Phil Lesh, Bill Kreutzmann, and other early members, created an atmosphere that was unlike anything audiences had experienced before. Their concerts were not mere musical events, but immersive experiences, where improvisation, audience interaction, and spontaneous creativity took center stage. Bob's stage presence was magnetic. He had a way of connecting with the crowd, guiding the band through intricate musical journeys while maintaining a sense of warmth and approachability. These early shows helped cultivate a devoted following, setting the stage for what would become a cultural phenomenon. As the Grateful Dead evolved, Bob's role within the band became increasingly multifaceted. He was not only a guitarist, but also a songwriter, vocalist, and creative strategist. His compositions, often characterized by unconventional chord structures and playful lyrical narratives, complemented Garcia's more introspective and complex writing. Together, they forged a sound that was both accessible and deeply intricate, capable of captivating casual listeners and demanding connoisseurs alike. Bob's ability to balance technical skill with emotional resonance ensured that the band's performances were consistently engaging, no matter how experimental or extended the jams became. The synergy between Bob and Jerry was particularly evident during live performances, where their improvisational dialogue created moments of musical transcendence that are still revered today. The influence of Bob Weir on the Grateful Dead's direction cannot be overstated. While Jerry Garcia often received widespread recognition as the band's leader and visionary, Bob's steady, innovative contributions were foundational. His understanding of rhythm, harmony, and audience dynamics helped shape the band's evolving style, allowing them to explore genres as diverse as rock, folk, bluegrass, jazz, and psychedelia. Bob's willingness to experiment, coupled with his commitment to collaboration, fostered an environment where each member could contribute meaningfully while maintaining a coherent group identity. This delicate balance between individual expression and collective synergy became a hallmark of the Grateful Dead sound, and Bob Weir was central to maintaining it throughout the band's decades-long journey. The story of Bob Weir and the formation of the Grateful Dead is also a story of resilience and adaptation. The band faced numerous challenges, from the pressures of commercial success to internal dynamics, substance use, and the relentless demands of touring. Bob navigated these challenges with a combination of artistic integrity, personal discipline, and a deep commitment to the collective vision. His leadership, though often understated, provided stability during turbulent times, ensuring that the band could continue evolving without losing its identity. The bond between Bob and Jerry Garcia was particularly vital, as their shared history, mutual respect, and complementary talents allowed the Grateful Dead to endure and thrive despite external pressures and internal struggles. In conclusion, Bob Weir's journey from a young San Francisco guitarist to a founding member of the Grateful Dead is a testament to talent, vision, and collaboration. His story is inseparable of that of Jerry Garcia, as the two musicians together forged a band that transcended musical genres and cultural boundaries. Bob's rhythmic mastery, creative insight, and unwavering dedication to artistic exploration helped define the sound and spirit of the Grateful Dead, influencing countless musicians and inspiring generations of fans. As audiences continue to celebrate the legacy of the Grateful Dead, Bob's contributions remain central, a reminder of the power of collaboration, innovation, and the enduring magic that occurs when musical minds align.